Hey guys, I'm gonna try to do a little bit more quality, good takeaway, good information, actually film correctly in landscape. I just got done filming a vlog style lengthy video. Not sure what my capacity on my phone would be at this point. So this video probably cut off randomly. So I better just get right into it. But I just want to peruse the warehouse and just pull out titles that, here's kind of the rule of thumb with what I'm gonna go for. Titles that I feel are heavily overlooked, and whatever they're charting at right now on pricecharting.com, I would say these titles that I will show certainly have potential to double in not long from now. In a short period of time, they could rapidly go up in price because they have the potential to have a spotlight shown on them from a popular YouTuber. You know, and it could be an already well-established. We already know about that title. It's been talked about, but it still has just my gut feeling from my years of experience. And I show titles that I feel like solid titles. You know, so a good takeaway would be like, yo, you're in Facebook trade group, a local community or something. Like you see any of these titles pop up, and if you're the slightest bit interested in it, you know, maybe my suggestion, maybe me agreeing that, yeah, dude, room to double in value. Maybe that'll help make up your mind and you'll pull the trigger on something. And hopefully things play out right. You'll be glad you did. You'll be appreciative of Dave sharing his gut feelings. So it's all my gut feelings, you know, it's all subjective. Just threw a Zyn in my mouth, so I'm good to go. If you're a cigarette smoker wanting to quit, or if you just like nicotine and, you know, you feel chewing tobacco is kind of nasty, great fucking alternative. Very similar to like Nicorette gum. It's a pouch. You just put it in your lip. Great. And I'm all nicked up. And ready for content. So fucking totally unscripted, but most of the stuff is pretty decent quality. Ranges from really cool shit to fucking shit that doesn't belong here, you know? But that's not much of that kind of junk. Mostly just mild to spicy titles. So I guess without further ado, I always try to promise this and say I'll do less talking and more just gut feeling, but I'm really going to try to stick to that. So I will say the name of the title if you're just feel like listening in, don't want to watch, that's fine. Clock Tower 3, absolutely. Again, a lot of it comes down to just where it's priced at right now and a lot of other factors, you know? So I'll go into a little bit of depth on this just so you get an idea of where I'm coming from. Haunting Ground, Rule of Rose. It has strings attached to games that are ridiculously overvalued for how common they are. Rule of Rose and Haunting Ground. Not saying they're common games, but their values and their print runs are kind of lead me to feel like this should be more of a 50-60er, and that's why that's why I picked this one up. So every title kind of has its weird reasons. Some of them are just bizarre, strange ass titles that are 15ers, and it's like, oh yeah, Metal Jesus fucking tweets about it and it's game over for that title. So without further ado, maybe I'll do that too. I'll attach if I have a very strong feeling, I'll let you know. And if it's just kind of a maybe, I'll let you know that also. All subjective. Incredibly rare. Only on PS2. And it's interesting. Incredibly rare though. Incredibly rare. Made man. Really like that. Never see it. That's when I may start just picking a few off eBay for. Already kind of pricey, but really cool ass game. Coliseum Road to Freedom. already kind of pricey, in that realm of like you're probably gonna have to pay $20 or more. But my God, is this game fantastic! Great 3D beat 'em up. The beat 'em up genre really kind of died when it entered 3D. You only have a few great fun titles like, I guess I like Fighting Force a lot. I like Dynamite Cop and Die Hard Arcade, but few and far between to find a good beat 'em up. Urban Reign is the best of 3D beat 'em ups. Best I've ever experienced. It's a fucking great game. Onimusha Blade Warriors is cool. Good Smash Brothers kind of feel to it. Like it. Just because it's cheap. You can probably get it for less than $10. Natsume, Rough Trigger. Ratchet & Clank clone. A bad Ratchet & Clank game. But Natsume is a great beacon to attract people to it. Legend of K came out on Wii U. There's like weirdly re-released, so that hurt it. It wasn't published by Capcom, the re-release, but PS2 original is a Capcom published game, so I like that. Legend of K. This is a spiritual successor to the Pocky and Rocky series. It's also on the Wii, but I think PS2 is going to show favoritism in terms of value and demand. I think that one's going to double. KoroQ. Not sure where it's at now, but for the longest time, 10, 12, 15er. Kind of feel it on KoroQ. One I really fucking like. I used to like Blood Will Tell a lot. Back when Blood Will Tell was a $20, $30 game. Bujingai. Red Entertainment, guys. They're the dudes that did Hagane. They're the dudes that did Air Zonk. They're the dudes that did Spike McFang. Red. Very high quality developer. Love how it's got that gold foil finish there. Taito published. Red Entertainment developed. How cool is that? That one's super strong vibes about this one. Super strong. Metal Jesus, do your fucking job. But hold on, let me get more copies. I only have one. Two of these Victorious Boxers games on PS2. Published by Empire. Always low print when Empire publishes anything. So, I likey. But kind of meh about maybe doubling. Not sure. So feelings not so strong there. Shadow of Destiny. Feel it. I'm not going to be able to call shots like Shocks. Can't call shots like Shocks. Shocks did see a huge value jump when Metal Jesus loved on it. And I can't ever see that coming with publishers like EA Big, those kind of games. They have to be a little bit more obvious than that. So Metal Jesus can make anything happen. Turn water into wine. He can turn Flipnik into fucking Urban Reign. Good one, Dave. I really like Raw Danger and what's the other one? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Raw Danger and oh god, I can see the cover of it. I can see it in my mind. I have a copy of it, so I'll come across it, I'm sure. But the other one that H-Tech did, really cool. Really cool, just cool concept for a video game. So cool one. Fucking cool. Certainly has room to double. Yeah, gameplay's too blah here. Too blah, but that's a rare one by Sega. Aero Elite. Sorry, I'm not saying the names. Excuse me. Astro Boy, for sure. For sure. Not sure where it's at now, but for sure. For sure. Feel it. Sense it. I know it. Galarian's Ash, most likely. Sequel to Galarian's? I think so. Definitely rare. Sammy Studios, you don't see a lot of Sammy. So, talking survival horror-ish. Sci-fi horror. It's cool. It's rare. Room to double, certainly. I didn't see like Buffy Chaos Bleeds. That one could get weird. Fucking Netflix Buffy series comes out, and yeah, that's what does it with titles like Buffy. So you kind of just set certain television IPs aside sometimes because you just feel like a revamp in the series could cause craziness to happen with old beloved titles, fan favorite video games of this series. Rejuvenation in Buffy, it would blow up. Gungrave Overdose and Gungrave. I like Gungrave better because it was published by Sega. Just more collect me going on for it. And I think it's a better game. Not certain on that. I want to say Red Entertainment did this also. They did. Yeah, Red Entertainment, just like Bujingai. So, well-made action game. High style points. Room to double, certainly. I know I'm missing some here. If you're watching this, you're probably seeing stuff that you feel better about than the suggestions I'm making. Red Star, it's gotten pricey now, where I think it's like a 50-er. So, I don't know, no more room to double. But back when this was a 20-er, I was grabbing them. Let's see. Everblue 2 just looks cool. I like Aquanaut's Holiday. I just like the chillness of exploring the ocean. Capcom. Gorgeous front cover art. Yeah, if this is a 10-er, a 12-er, maybe a 15-er, yeah, it could double. Yep. Here's a rare one that has like Pokemon type elements in it by Age Tech. Yes, absolutely. Falling Stars be a good one. Good one to get now. It would behoove you. Sooner the better. It's a neat one. Red Card 2003 of the NFL Blitz, of the Blitz series, of the over-the-top violent sports genre. Came a soccer game, so pretty neat, pretty interesting. I like it. It's hard to find, so it's a good one. Good oddball one, good unassuming one. I like my racing games. I think they'll always be cheap. It's hard to, just like Metal Jesus with Shocks, it's hard to tell which of these has great potential. There's a lot of cool made in Japan, ported over in pretty low quantity to America. Not ported, but localized. So it's localized. Lots of games like that on PS2. So it's hard to fall in love with any single one of them. Top Gear, Daredevil. I tend to like the publishers on this stuff too. Kemco, you know? Why not? For $5 or whatever. Go ahead and target that. Mad Maestro, man. Everything of the Ubisoft design, like, or IDOS. IDOS like this. Mr. Mosquito is one that IDOS did, and they have the same yellow border. Legend of Legaia 2, Mad Maestro. There might be another one or two that I'm either not aware of or just forgetting. And they're all Japanesey IDOS games. Definitely made in Japan. Don't know much about this game, but I like it. I like what I see. I like what I sense. So probably room to double, depending on what it's at right now. But if that's a tenner, that's an $8 game. That's why I don't sell it. That's why if somebody grabbed it, I'd say, dude, I don't want to move this right now. Ring of Red, tactical game. Look at this. Konami published, cell shaded graphics. So it's gonna give you that vibe of Valkyria Chronicles, cell shaded tactical warfare. Pretty neat, huh? It's one a lot of people aren't aware of. Room to double, yes. Yep. Couldn't agree with myself more. Win back. Cool Metal Gear Solid wannabes. I like my B-list versions of other mega strong IPs. Total wannabe Solid Snake right there. Total wannabe Metal Gear Solid. So I like that. What is Koei doing trying to be Metal Gear Solid? Pretty neat. Came out on N64 also. How weird is that? N64 release and then decided to upscale it and bring it out on PS2. And then the sequel. Pretty hard to find games. Yup, room to double. Yup. I agree, Dave. What else, Dave? Let me think, Dave. Under the Skin. I can't sing the praises of Under the Skin enough. Shit. Let me run into stuff. I'll just do PS2 and PS1 for this video. And if it's enjoyed, if anybody appreciates it, it just has to be one single person. I have a 10 to 1 like-dislike ratio, and that one is enough to keep me juiced. So if anybody appreciates this, let me know, and I'll be juiced to do the Xbox and Xbox 360 run through. Yeah, see, there's that Legaia 2, same yellow border IDOS. All those yellow border IDOS games, man. Mr. Mosquito, just neat. Neat collect me beacons. Kind of lackluster PS2, I do admit. Compilations, I'm ready to move them, ready to lot them together and do Title Legends 1, Title Legends 2, SNK Arcade Classics. Boom. There's a nice little 3-piece lot. I got them kind of ready to go. Fatal Fury, Battle Archives Volume 1, Volume 2, and World Heroes Anthology. There's a nice little eBay lot ready to go. Sega Classics. I don't know. Lot it with something. Capcom Classics, Volume 1, Volume 2. Maybe lot that with Mega Man X Collection and Mega Man Anniversary Collection. All 4 of those. Nice Capcom lineup there. So I'm ready to move those. Not really feeling the upside. Just compilation ports. Wish I had more PS2 to show you because there's a lot to love. A lot of PS2 is already hot. So I wouldn't be really focused on those titles. It'd be that underappreciated stuff. PS1, run through it as quick as I can. I got nicer copies that I could show. The beauty of this front cover. Love Jalico. Just love that front cover. And it just screams 32-bit era racer. And I think that's an era for racers that has aged surprisingly well. It aged terribly as we entered PS2 and saw the capability of, more polygons, more capacity of these games You could put more detail, could render more polygons per second, all that shit. So it just led to realism exploding on PS2, but that hasn't aged well because realism keeps improving. But I'll tell you what, these 32-bit racers are much more fun to play than just about anything on PS2 racing wise. Even modern day racers, like, it's a totally different vibe. So the genre has shifted quite a bit. It's all about realism for the most part. And I like my 32-bit racers. Alright, we already know Team Buddies. We already know Project Horned Owl, but I'll say it again. Undervalued. Maybe I think people did Elemental Gearbolt. Fantastic light gun shooter. Very hard to find. I don't know how many Buster Bros games have come out on like Capcom compilations. If there's any Buster Bros out there on PS3, more modern systems that have Capcom compilation games. So if that's the case, then not much to love there. But if it's not the case, I love me some Buster Bros. Real fun, classic, very simple gameplay, but very addictive. And hard to find. It's an early Capcom title. Room to Double on Strikers 1945. Certainly. Psycho shmup. Only $20 right now. Yes, please. Published by Agetec. Judge Dredd, I think, as more people start to hone in on light gun shooters, games that are compatible with their Namco GunCon, I think they'll start to realize, whoa, this is a light gun shooter. It's an on-rails light gun arcade game. It's cool. Judge Dredd. This game has a Power Stone vibe, Destrega, but it's a really balanced fighting system, 1v1, and you can play 2-player versus, and I think that's where this game gets to be a lot of fun. Rock, paper, scissors battle system. A lot of strategy meets good timing and skilled gaming, skilled fighting gamer required to dominate at this game, but you also got to be very smart and tactical, so I like that. Hard to find game. A lot of people rave about it from their childhood, playing it on a demo. Some demo disc compilation came out where you could play a little bit of Destrega. So a lot of people know this game and enjoyed it from the demo, but the actual full release, fucking low print, hard to find. A lot of people never did buy it, so I like that one a lot. Destrega. Sorry for the spitting. Trag is a survival horror game, a little bit more fast-paced, action-oriented. I guess the same could be said about Countdown Vampires, which I'll get to in a second. Sunsoft, man. Unassuming quality title there with Trag. Room to Double, yes. Although it has gone up quite a bit, and it's come back down a bit, so maybe not in the cards for doubling. Every time I've had this game at a convention, at least one person flips out about it. Loved this game. So it has a lot of charm and nostalgia for those that played it growing up. It's definitely one you don't come across too often. One of those budget H-Tech late releases. Battle Hunter. Keep an eye out for Battle Hunter. Rampage Through Time. Just a hard to find Rampage game. Very hard to find. So I like Rampage Through Time. Long box, I don't even want to get into it. Don't like long box. Except for I don't have Psychic Detective. Or Silverload, I think, is the Western point and click adventure game. I think it's called Silverload, and fucking Fox Hunt style FMV game called Psychic Detective. Your 2 long box games that are just stellar. Absolute must-haves for a PS1 guy. Man. Mr. Domino. Cool, quirky enough to double. Punky Skunk. Jalico 2-dimensional platformer. Radical front cover. It's a collect me beacon right there. People see it and they want it. They see it and they go check eBay. You know? They see it and they want it. Punky Skunk will double. Future Cop. Too much love for this game. It will double. It will double. Very nice copies of Metal Gear Solid Black Label. Minty shape. Minty shape now. You don't want a crack in it. You want nice discs. You want a manual. You don't want this copy. Minty shape Black Label Metal Gear Solid. It's already, you can squeeze $50 out of it. Believe it or not. But price charting says, yeah, minty shape. People go nuts for it. They pay up for it. So, good takeaway there. Minty shape, Black Label, Symphony of the Night. Same behavior. Already pretty well established. Sheep Raider, Metal Gear Solid, clone. Cool game. I think the value's kind of capped out on it though. So take that out of the doubling equation. Brahma Force by Jalico is another neat one. Just cheap enough to certainly double. I think most Jalico stuff will double. It's because it's cheap enough. Overlooked. People are starting to respect it more as a brand tag to go for. Now, Fisherman's Bait, not 1, but Fisherman's Bait 2, also by Konami. Quite hard to find. Probably cheap, so it's just one that I think certainly could double. Countdown Vampires. Yep. Fucking great high budget game. Made a ton of copies for Japan, but in America, Bandai was very skimpy with their print runs. This is a genuinely rare, high budget, fantastic game. So I really like this game. Could be $100, $150 game. Would not blow my mind. So I think that's just the vibe most people would feel too. As it eclipses $100, they just want it more. Suddenly it'd be on more people's I want that game list. Funny how that works. Games got to get pricey before the masses all want it. Countdown Vampires, great example of that. It's just in the cards for that, big time. This is this game here is, what's that company called? Insomniac, makers of Spyro the Dragon, other Insomniac games. I don't know. Not a big fan of their mainstream titles, but their very first game that they ever put out was an FPS Doom clone, very Doom styled, but extremely well made, very fluid, very fast, very fun to play FPS called Disruptor, and it's pretty hard to find. It's come down in price quite a bit to where it's like you can get a copy for around $20. I think Insomniac will put out some blockbuster title and some YouTuber will do a history on Insomniac and it'll just crank this title up 40, 50 range. So might as well grab it now. Capcom stuff's pretty well realized now, so it's hard to really call a doubler when you see it. Maybe on this guy, Street Fighter Plus Alpha, however you want to say it. EX Plus. 3D, it's probably not a great game at all, but for your Street Fighter fanatics who must own everything, it's not common. Armored Core Project Phantasma did shoot up in the past, about a year ago, so I doubt it has any upside now. Probably capped out. Evil Zone has a rival schools vibe about it. Evil Zone by Titus, of all publishers. Pretty sure they developed it also. Evil Zone, look at that front cover. Back when anime was your hipster shit. Back when that was just becoming the thing. Where people would buy it just because it had a cool, radical anime front cover. But the gameplay holds up too. Backs up a great front cover with a great fighting game. So I like Evil Zone. Obscure Capcom would be Star Gladiator. That dude's in Marvel vs. Capcom. Forget his name. He's an aerial master. I like it though. Has a 3D. To me, I can't really compare it to. Fuck, what's the game I'm thinking of by Taito? I forget what it's called. I don't know, what the fuck am I saying right now? Get yourself a nice copy of Heart of Darkness, one that comes with the 3D glasses, right? I think this is a game that came with 3D glasses, yeah. I actually have it. And now you're talking potential to double, certainly. If somebody were to tell me, but Dave, it's going for 20, I'd say, no way. I don't want to move that. Has potential to double. Bloody Roar, the first one, and the second one. Already a little pricey, but I feel room to double. I feel it. Just needs rejuvenation in the Bloody Roar series. A new entry, a PS5 Bloody Roar comes out. And it's game over. Courier Crisis, real fun game. If this is only a 10er, 12er, then yes, a doubler. This is a Deal Tavern game. No, I'm sorry, not Viva Soccer. I'm thinking of Super Shot Soccer. Shit, my stacks are getting effed up. I really like Street Racer. This is the same Ubisoft